back in Illustrator, and I'm using the image that I had previously gone in image traced. So this is that ad that came out of the Good Housekeeping 1940s magazine. You're going to notice that this is the background that's white. I'm going to put some pigment in it, so I'm just going to add some color so we can start to talk about position and the idea of where things are located using a range. So you'll notice that my my letter forms are white here. This is a dark blue background. I'm moving it around. I'm going to give a couple of these things some color here, and I'm also going to make them bigger so we can see them more. I've selected all of them. I'm going to hold Shift down on the keyboard and keep everything in the same width to height ratio right now. This thing here, I'm going to just select all of it by going over it and throwing parts of the components away. I'm not going to throw all of them away. We're going to use some of this for a demo as well. So I'm going to throw away some of the letter forms, clean out the space a little bit. I'm simply going over this with the marquee tool using my selection tool key, and we're going to also talk about direct select tool here in a minute as well. So we're just kind of cleaning some space up, and then we're going to zoom in and go over layer versus where something is positioned. So I'm going to select some more color so that we can see what we're doing. So this is green. The counter space in here is not through the letter form, but is a white object on top of the other letter form. So I can make this maybe red for this demo. We'll have a nice super contrasty Christmas little thing going. So what I'm going to do now is talk about position and how things sit or fit. Let's move the S over. So the S right now is everything is on the same layer. We could open this and begin to understand where everything is on the path. You'll notice it gets really complicated very, very fast. That's because every single one of these things is a shape that is on this composing panel, and it's all available here for us to find the individual components when we expand this layer. That is really overwhelming and scary for people, so it's okay to not want to delve into that. That's a fine place to be. So what I'm going to do is use my S, my A, and this little counter space, and also this little texture that I got from the drawing to go through a few more things. So if I have my S clicked on, so that's the thing I have selected, and I go to arrange, I can tell that I want to send it backward. Now right now it didn't move. That's because we have so many other components on the layer. I'm going to get rid of some of these things. And so what I like to do is make sure that I completely move it to the back. And so that's what I'm going to do right now, is go here and say I've got that selected. I'm going to move it all the way to the back. You notice it goes behind the letter form. This is in the front. If I move this to the very back, it is going to be hidden. So we'll say, hey, go all the way to the back. And this letter form actually has the hole in it. So this is impacting my demo. Let's move this out of the way a little bit. Now we can't see it because it is in the back. Once again, go and tell the A to go all the way to the back. This is about keeping your wits about you and knowing where things are as far as their order or position on or within that one particular layer. The next thing that I can do is go and create a brand new layer. So this layer is going to be red, and I can use this to create a background or base layer. I can do that by drawing a box over this area. It's in green. Of course, we're going to be working in black and white, but you might work with color as you're building things up. The black rectangle is on a layer that is on top of the layer that has all of our letter forms on it. In this case, I'm going to click and hold this layer down, so that's the layer I have selected. I'm going to drag it down underneath the other layer so that they change positions. So what I have now is this background layer in the background, and I can lock it so I don't accidentally click things on and off, and go back into this layer and then maybe make my letter forms white or highlighted. And that's letting us think about position, think about order as far as what's in front of, what's behind, how that works with the objects on their layer, and also how that works with the position of the layers within the layers panel. Our next component is going to go over how to use the pen tool, understanding the direct select tool, the selection tool, and how to do a little bit of cleanup and Pathfinder.